Hi, this is Jamie Wolf. Welcome to World Global Network Business Overview presentation. In the next 30 minutes, I'm going to do a deep dive as quickly as I can to give you information on the industry, the company, the product, the trends, the data, the information, so that you have enough information to either know what one or two specific questions you still need answered, or you have enough information to make an informed decision. First, I'm going to start with the income disclosure. Practicality dictates that everyone's results will vary, as we are all unique and different. Basically, it takes hard work to make a substantial income in this business. Some people will make no money at all. The earnings of a World Global Network partner will be 100% dependent upon their skills, work ethic, commitment, leadership capabilities, and market conditions. Common sense would suggest that in most opportunities, one would find exceptional individuals performing well above average while others perform under the average. World Global Network does not guarantee any level of income or your success. To see our full income disclosure, please visit our website at www.worldgn.com. So here we go. If you are multitasking, if you have other screens open, if you're looking at your phone, whatever else you're doing, please stop. Take a few minutes and focus on what I'm talking about. Take a look at this screen. It's got a lot of information in it. So a couple of things I want to point out to you. This is Forbes, Wall Street Journal, Time and Business Insider giving you data information. It's not Jamie Wolf's opinion. Next, it's data. So informed business people spot trends and recognize where the market is going based on numbers, unemotional data points. So Forbes is pointing out that wearable tech market is going to be worth $34 billion by 2020. 2020 is right around the corner. That's 20 billion of new money because it's at 14 billion today. 20 billion of new money is coming into this market space. That's a clue. The volume of wearables sold is predicted to triple. That's a clue. The hot areas are the wristbands, the watches, the smart bands. That's a clue. In business, you get paid for solving problems. The bigger the problem you solve, the more money you get paid, right? So this is a big market. That's just looking at the wearable tech market. There's been data and articles out recently looking at the healthcare industry and saying that tech in healthcare is going to be a $150 billion industry in the next 10 years. So spot data and trends. This conversation is about business, so it's not looking at the individual consumer wanting to purchase one product, right? This is a business conversation, so we're looking at business data points. Bill Gates knew how to spot trends. He said the secret of success in business is in detecting where the world will go and getting there first. His original vision was a PC, personal computer, in every home on every desk. Back then, a computer took up a whole entire building basement with lots of air conditioners going, and people said it wasn't possible, and they also said there wouldn't be a demand for it. Guess who was right? So we are looking at those trends and those data points. We currently have relevant technology. It is the most advanced wearable tech available, bar none. We're a game changer in wellness. So if you think of the market space that has the fitness band or the Apple Watch, those are looking at fitness, which is a multi-billion dollar industry, right? The wellness, the fitness space and the weight loss space, people being active and tracking their steps, which converts to calories. That there is market demand for that clearly, which is great. But we do that and more, a lot more. So we're going to look at your heart rate and your breath rate. We can do an EKG. A couple of things I really want to bring your attention to is the panic button and the guardian function. So what is the panic button? If you push a button twice on the side of your wristband, it's going to drop a pin and give your GPS location. How would that work? Let's say I'm riding my bicycle and I take a big crash and my glasses go flying off my face and I can't see the numbers on the phone to call somebody. If I just push the panic button, whoever has agreed to be my designated person, they're going to get an alert and it's going to show where I am. they're going to pick up the phone and call, and I can answer the phone and go, oh man, here's where I am. My bike's all messed up. I need you to come get me. I'm bleeding. Help. Or imagine an older parent or a grandparent and they take a tumble and they can't get up and they push the panic button. It drops a GPS. You can see that they're at home. You pick up the phone and call and they don't answer. Now it's time to call the next door neighbor and say, hey, go check on them. Or if you're close by, you go check on them, right? So that's the panic button. You can use it if you're a realtor and you're out and about in unfamiliar neighborhoods. You can use it if you're a flight attendant traveling all over the place. Kids can use it in the playground, in the school settings, or if they're walking home alone. It is a great peace of mind addition, right? The guardian function is something that lets you be in control of parameters. So if you look at the little green square and the picture of the person holding the phone, the top left green square where it says 124/74, that's your blood pressure reading. Well, you can set high and low parameters. So if your blood pressure, say your doctor says, if it goes over 135/90, I want to know about it because we might need to tweak your meds just a little bit. Or maybe that's a clue that you forgot to take your meds and you're not being as compliant as you could be. Or maybe it's a clue that this whole new regimen of walking a little more and eating a little differently, you've kind of fallen off the wagon with it. Gentle nudge reminder. Again, it's not a person nagging you. This is technology. It's very neutral. It allows you to be in the driver's seat. So you designate whoever you want to get that information. Nobody's going to get it if you haven't authorized them to get it. But if they get it, they can help keep an eye on you, help keep you accountable. You can also set it so you're the only person who gets the alert. It's information. Information leads to transformation, right? So, and self-care is the new healthcare, so this is driving that. Now, we get pushback sometimes saying, well, technology changes so fast and there's competition out there. How are you going to stay ahead of the game? Well, first of all, remember that $20 billion of new money that I talked about? Our goal is simply by the year 2020 to take 3% of that market share. So 3% of that total pie of $34 billion. There is more than enough room for Apple and Fitbit and any other new players who come on market, but we're first. How did Apple differentiate itself with the iPhone? Because there's certainly other smartphones on the market. They had the App Store. Well, we have an App Store. We opened up our source code. So we are not the only smart people thinking about what the market might want. We've got developers all around the world going, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be cool if we had a lifestyle index? Wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't it be cool if we had this or that? And they go ahead and create it. Did you know that Apple did $20 billion in microtransactions last year? All those little downloads of 99 cents, $2.49, $4.49, whatever they are, because to you in the moment, 99 cents is no big deal. But think about if you grow your customer base to 5 people, 50 people, 500, 5,000, 50,000, and all of those people are doing microtransactions because there's all these cool apps that they want to try out. Now you have leverage and true residual income, and it keeps us ahead of any competition all the time. It keeps us relevant and current. And I will say that the Hilo LX is not our only product, but it is a good product and a big product. So we're thinking all the time, 10 steps ahead, 20 steps ahead, 1 year, 2 year, 5 years out. So we just talked about the Hilo app. What is in the pipeline right now? Mosquito deterrent. I live in the South. You've got West Nile virus coming in. I'm sensitive about my health. I don't want to spray myself with all sorts of chemicals. Really looking forward to a non-toxic way to keep those mosquitoes away from me. They're annoying to begin with, and maybe they've got health risk, coupled in there. Alcohol monitoring. Wouldn't it be awesome to not have to always be the designated driver? If people can monitor their own alcohol levels and know when they're safe to drive, that's a big market. The key here is we're not just appealing to one demographic in this wellness space. We have lots of different applications, so we can appeal to lots of different markets. But here's the game changer. The blood sugar level. We will be one of the first to bring a non-invasive glucose monitoring to market. What that means is for people who are afraid to prick their finger, or they don't like pricking their finger, or they're not compliant, and checking often enough to keep their health at optimal level, they're going to be able to monitor trends. We are not a medical device yet. That's another story. Right now, we are a wellness monitoring device. So we're going to monitor trends up and down. The CDC in 2000 said that 1 in 3 kids born in 2000 would have type 2 diabetes in the United States by the time they graduated from high school. 1 in 3. There's over 20 million people in this country alone, this country being the United States, who have type 2 diabetes. Worldwide, it is literally an epidemic or pandemic. It's on the World Health Organization's radar. So if we have a way of helping you take care of yourself, because you know frequently what your blood sugar is doing, whether it's trending up or down, you know to change your lifestyle, your diet, your exercise, your medication, talk to your doctor more often, whatever, you now, again, are in the driver's seat for your own health. Maybe you're pre-diabetic or insulin resistant and you didn't even know it, because there's a whole camp that falls into that space that they don't even know they have an issue. This is going to alert them to the fact that they need to go see their doctor. So again, we're not competition for a doctor. We're going to improve the communication between your health practitioner, your nurse practitioner, your wellness provider, right? So we're giving you information. It's information you can take to them. You're not just making it up. You need some help. This is awesome. So there truly is no comparison. We have been voted the best product in direct selling in 2017, and we've been all over the news. We made it to Carson Daly and the Today Show. Consumer Electronics Show is the biggest tech trade show in the world, and Toshiba showcased us in January of 2017. So we're big, and yet I've used that word direct selling, right? Direct selling, network marketing, multi-level marketing, and now you're starting to get that funny feeling of, oh, this is a scam, this is that pyramid thing. I'm not comfortable. I thought this was talking about business. Network marketing isn't business. Well, that's where you're wrong. It's a $183 billion industry, and the growth in direct sales is growing faster than the global economy. There are over 100 million distributors in direct selling, and that's the key. This is simply a business model for distribution. When you think about moving to solar energy, or you think about moving food from where it's grown to where it needs to be consumed, or you think of any resource that needs to get from where it is to the end user, that's a distribution question, right? So direct sales network marketing is simply solving the problem of distribution in the most efficient manner. If you want to get into business and you want to go into a traditional business, chances are you're going to spend $20,000, $50,000, $200,000 upfront investment just to get started. That is not available to the masses. This is a low barrier to entry business. It's got a low investment point to get started, and then rather than the company spending millions or billions of dollars on advertising, like a pharmaceutical company might do, instead they save all those advertising dollars and they pay them to you, the referral partner, because person-to-person referral is the most powerful and efficient way of distribution. So what has that done for us? We have only had the Hilo. We had the Hilo beta version, and then we had the Hilo LX in the United States since September of 2016. So it's only been around for a year. And in the first half of 2017, we sold over 500,000 units. That put us in number 4 behind Fitbit, Garmin, and Samsung. Fitbit has been in the market space since 2008. Remember, I said our goal was to take 3% of market share? We're at 5.3% of market share already. We've got 1 million units ready to go, so there's no shortage in stock. So when people order, we deliver. So who is World Global Network? World Global Network is a 6-year-old company. That's relevant because the 5-year mark for a startup is kind of that benchmark. If they survive to 5 years, they're good to go. So we have survived to and beyond that 5-year mark. And yet we've only been in the United States with this product for a year. This is a ground floor opportunity. That's why it's so amazing and of interest to you, the business person who wants to diversify your portfolio and who understands the power of leverage and understands the power of residual income. So this is an opportunity to spot trends and let you get in on something that has only been around for a year. In 2016, we had revenues of 146 million US dollars. In 2017, we were ranked number 83 of the top revenue generating direct sales companies globally. And I will draw your attention to the fact there are thousands of direct sales companies, and we are already at number 83 with a product that was released a year ago. We made it to AAA rating on the Direct Sellers Association. Only 20 companies make it to AAA rating. We've done that. Here is another differentiator. You know, you're always talking about your unique selling proposition. What is one of ours? We are publicly traded, and year to year share price has increased over 700%. So February of 2016, the share price was in the 20-cent range. Then, you know, it's gone on to there. We had a high of up to around 25. We're hovering somewhere around 22. But year to year, it's been more than a 700% increase in their share price. We currently sell in 195 countries. Do you want a little side thing to do? Not right now, not while I'm talking, but when I'm all done, go research how many countries there are. Because by some counts, there's only 196 countries. And then you go look at some really interesting definitions of what a country might be, and you see the number might climb to 220, something like that. Anyway, bottom line is we sell everywhere in the world. So again, thinking about that diabetes market, think about the number of people in China, United Arab Emirates, Europe, all sorts of places. There is a demand for the product that we have. We're partnered with Toshiba. As I mentioned, they showcased us, so they make the chip inside of our smartband. I've already mentioned the open API, and Apple's growth in selling their apps in last year was more than 70% from year prior. So just think again of the potential. Not only can you make money selling a product, you can also make money from the microtransactions when the apps are downloaded, and you've got share price, so you've got ownership in this company. And the company has brought in C-level management that has a track record of taking shares to NASDAQ. So that's also in our future. World Global Network's vision is to be the largest network marketing tech company. So while I love network marketing and direct sales, and it's an efficient distribution model, there's so many reasons I love the industry of network marketing. Health and wellness is 80% of the market share in network marketing and direct sales, but most of that is in nutrition and supplements and skincare. Great companies in those spaces. I use a lot of those products, but it's a very noisy, crowded space. This gives you the opportunity to get to be part of making money in tech, and it gives you a very unemotional conversation. You don't have a long lead time in the sales process. You share a simple 3-minute video, a 7-minute video, and then a business overview like this that's 30 to 40 minutes long. You don't even have to know anything when you get started. You certainly don't have to know the science or the ingredient list. You don't have to have big transformation stories, and you don't have to risk having people who come in and try yet one more thing and then have a short-term win, but they don't stay the course, and so they're not loyal, and they jump ship and they go to the next one and the next one and the next one. So our retention rate is huge in this company because it's a very simple, unemotional conversation, and tech transcends culture. So when we sell around the world, we don't have to be sensitive to different food sources or ingredients that might be appropriate in one culture and not another culture. This transcends all those different languages and cultures. Fabio Galdi is our CEO. When you're in the tech space and investors are looking at a company, they're slightly interested in the product because sure, they want to know market share and they want to know competition and they want to know trends, but what they're really, really banking on is the leadership. Does the leadership have a track record? Does the leadership have a strategy, a proven strategy of where they're going to go? And Fabio Galdi has those things. Not only is he a tech person, he's a business person. He is absolutely devoted to network marketing model of distribution, and he has a personal mission. Fabio Galdi has type 2 diabetes, and his father, who worked corporate for 40 years, died within 2 years of retiring from complications due to diabetes. So Fabio, to paraphrase what he said, for heaven's sakes, cars have a check engine light that tells you when something's wrong. Why don't people have a check engine light? I'm going to go create a check engine light so you're alerted to the fact that things are off before the car completely dies, right? Before the person is so far over the edge of health that it's hard to come back from. So who's out in the field? Who's our leadership and what are they accomplishing? Nat and Shanita at Purana Putra are the ones who saw this vision and this opportunity of how big this was going to be in the world. They've got a long history in the network marketing space, but they are the ones that have created the simple system that is highly able to duplicate. It's really easy to bring people up to speed quickly. Again, you don't have to dive deep into the science and the analytics. You simply share information through videos that are already created, and they're responsible for creating the compensation plan, which is an absolutely stellar, powerful compensation plan. So businessforhome.org is a third-party entity that tracks the top 200 income earners around the world in direct sales, and you will notice that World Global Network claims 10% of those top 200. So all the people on these charts are making money from World Global Network. The next thing I want you to remember is the time frame that this was accomplished. This product has been available for a year in the United States. Last September is when it was first introduced into the United States. And while Nat and Shanita started talking about this product back in February of 2016, they were sharing the vision for 6 months before the beta product was even available. So Shanita and Nat broke a record. They hit $1.2 million in earnings in a year. That's never been done in the 100-year history of network marketing. Chad and Natita Chong are the top earning millennials in the world. They're in their 30s. They've got 3 kids. They live in California. Within 6 months of getting started in the US, they broke $750,000 a month. I'm talking about these people because when you join with us, this is the team that you are joining. Our next leader is Ramasio Fulcher. Lists him at number 42. He's actually at number 19 right now, making about $370,000 a month, and he is on his way up. I refer you back to our income disclosure. This is with hard work and dedication. This is not a guarantee of what you will do. It is showing you, however, what's possible. And not only what's possible, but what's possible within a 12-month time frame. That's spectacular and astounding. So just take a quick gut check where you are right now with what you're doing in your current industry or business. 6 months from now, 12 months from now, 24 months from now, heck, 5 years from now, are you going to have increased your revenue that you're generating so that you might be making 50 grand a year, or 50 grand every 6 months, or 50 grand a month, or 50 grand a week? Can you honestly say that what you're doing right now, if you change nothing, will give you that kind of legacy wealth that you can change the lives of your children and your grandchildren or your community or your favorite charities or whatever drives you? If you can't, you really owe it to yourself to have this as one opportunity in your portfolio of revenue generation. This slide is a little blurry, but I want you to see that there is no one person. There is no one type of person, one age of person, one race of person, one nationality of person, one dominant language type of person. Last week, we had an 18-year-old create phenomenal wealth, not from the United States. So in terms of what's possible in her country for earnings, she's like the Bill Gates of her country, and she's only 18 and she's still a student. We have Nat and Shanita, excuse me, Chad and Natita. No, I was right the first time. Nat and Shanita are in their 60s. So yes, they have long industry experience, but it doesn't matter if you're old. It doesn't matter if you're young. It doesn't matter if you're a man, a woman. We link arms, we have fun, we work with you, and we welcome everybody. Whether you're a doctor or a lawyer or an extremely experienced network marketer or an 18-year-old university student, we have a place for you. So how do you get started? There's 3 different ways to get started. You can enroll in the customer referral program, do this strictly as a business, or you can become a customer and buy 1 wristband and be done, and that's it. Or you can do both. You can become a customer and you can join the customer referral program, which is what most people do. So if that's the route that you're going, the customer plus the customer referral program, the way most people start is with the premium bundle, and here's why. Note that orange button there where it says you save almost $1,500. So what happens here when you buy the premium bundle is you're getting 6 helos and 6 of a whole bunch of other things, and you're getting them at a discounted wholesale price. So if you've got a couple people in your family, you use a few of them for your own benefit, and then if you want to, you can go ahead and sell the rest at retail and recover on that margin, make a little money. Or you've got new people coming onto your team and they don't want to wait a week or 2 for their shipping. Every once in a while it's a little bit longer wait than that, so you can go ahead and give them one while they're waiting for their product order to come in. If you simply want to be a customer, that's awesome. This is a great unit to use for your self-care, but you're going to pay retail price. So I just want to point that out. If you're only buying 1, you're paying full retail. And then if the price point of the premium bundle is just a little bit too much of a stretch, you can come in at the family bundle. It's going to save you almost $1,000. So you're getting wholesale and then some off of your units. And again, you can keep however many you want for yourself and your own family. And then if you have any leftover and you want to take the route of selling them, you can, at retail price, you can go ahead and do that. So there was something else I was going to say, but I completely forgot. Oh, I know. Again, going back to that idea of if you are a traditional business owner, brick and mortar business owner, the initial investment is going to be multiples of $2,000, right? More like 20,000 or 200,000 or 2 million. So to start an entire business with the whole infrastructure of research and development and fulfillment and customer service and all of that stuff already made for you in a box for simply $2,000, that is a no-brainer. It's an easy decision. It's not something you have to go ask permission for. It's a very simple purchase decision. Now, again, if you're a business owner, you know that you have monthly overhead. I had a brick and mortar, my monthly overhead ran $10,000 to $15,000 a month. So for me to spend a total of $700 in an entire year for my business overhead, again, I don't even have to blink to think about that. That's nothing. Utility bills could be well in excess of $700 in a month, let alone a year, right? And if you'll note this explanation on this slide, you'll see that you actually double the money that you get back. And in fact, when you've enrolled 10 people, your loyalty membership is free. So I know you can't answer these questions in real time with me, so these are rhetorical questions, but let's walk through this really fast. Are you familiar with Fitbit? Yes or no? So again, we talked about Fitbit. It counts steps, it calculates calories, it's got a basic fitness tracker. It started in 2008. By 7 years later, they'd sold 20 million units and were valued at $8 billion. Pretty impressive. Now that you know this about Fitbit, that they sold 20 million units and were valued at $8 billion after simply 7 years, if you could go back in time and be one of the first to get involved and you could get paid on every device sold anywhere in the world, would you have done it? Well, of course you would have. Hindsight's 2020. If you are an entrepreneur at heart, someone who likes to diversify and have multiple streams of revenue, and you recognize timing and trends, if you were given the opportunity to walk into Mark Zuckerberg's dorm room at Harvard and get started, would you, knowing what you know now? Of course you would. So imagine if as of 12 months ago, you could have had a chance to be at the top and earn mentorship, and you could participate in revolutionizing the healthcare industry. Because remember, you get, as a business person, you get paid for solving market problems. And the bigger the market problem, the more money there is to be generated, right? So you get to play in the technology industry space. So for those of us who want to invest in technology, but it's a little rich for us and we can't get into the space where we're working with venture capitalists and scalable tech companies, this allows you to participate in the tech industry for everyday people. And the home-based business industry is enormous. The brick and mortar is changing over to click and order, and people are taking advantage of the interconnectedness of the world using the internet and your smartphone to work. And frankly, people value time with their family now. They want to see their kids grow up. They don't want dad to be gone for 40 years and miss all of it. You want them to be home. Moms like to multitask, and they want to be at the sports game and they want to be contributing to the household. So in fact, 70 to 80% of the people involved in direct sales and network marketing are women, because it gives us a flexible schedule to work around our families and still be contributing. This allows you to build legacy wealth, leveraging product sales and app downloads and the stock. So what I want to tell you is you do have the chance right now, today, to get in on this ground floor opportunity. We call the Halo a Fitbit on steroids. I want to welcome you to World Global Network, and I want to welcome you to our team. So let me introduce you to them. We talked about Nat and Chanita Puranaputra, who are making $1.2 million a month, and they're in their 60s. We talked about Ramasio Fulcher, number 19. He is our mentor and our on-the-ground leader. He is so available. He is an amazing person who loves to have fun, has an enormous heart, and gives back to our team over and over and over. And let me tell you, he's got some big dreams and some big goals. There's Seville Coe, who is my immediate sponsor and mentor. He's 31 years old. He's got a master's degree. He's got a fitness background. He was a gym owner. We've got Chad and Atita Chong. I've already talked about them, the #1 millennial income earners in the world with those 3 young children. So if you're a mom, you know how much work that is, and yet they are being successful in this business for home. And Atita is Chanita's daughter. And then there's me, Jamie Wolf. So mentorship is what it's all about, because we are in the right industry. It's that trifecta of healthcare and tech and the home-based industry. We're with the right company. World Global Network is breaking records all over the place. They have good strategy and good leadership to stay ahead of the competition and to stay evergreen. It's the right timing and the market trends. We've seen the data points. It's not emotional. We're jumping ahead of it. The right product, and I've only talked about one of the products, and we have other products. It's the right compensation plan. Most importantly, we have the right leadership and mentorship for you, because ultimately what it comes down to is all those other things can be in place, but if you can't take advantage of it and get up to speed quickly, then what's the point? So I'll tell you just very briefly about myself. I'm an investor. I had a medical tech startup, disease management and medical device company where we raised a whole lot of money. I've been a brick and mortar owner. That's why I understand $200,000 upfront initial investment, $10,000 to $15,000 a month overhead. the headaches of employees, way more hours than I want. I've got a master's in business. I'm a published author. I'm a fitness trainer. I've been in corporate wellness, been a boxing coach. Caveat there, if you put me in a ring, I'll probably get hurt. I work specifically with chronically ill people who are focused on balance and recovery. I've been a real estate investor and a business coach. Seville Co is my mentor and sponsor. He's been a fitness trainer. He's been in the fitness industry and the health and wellness industry his whole life. He's owned a gym. He's also been in corporate wellness. He's got 5 years experience in network marketing. He's got a master's degree. And in World Global Network, he is a double president, which means he's generating amongst his team $500,000 of sales in a pay cycle, which is usually 7 days, sometimes a bit longer. Romasio Fulcher was a college dropout, but he was a self-made millionaire at the age of 25. He was a traditional business person who shied away when people tried to get him involved in network marketing and said, I am not ruining my reputation by getting involved in that thing. And yet someone said, Romasio, you need to do your due diligence, you need to investigate this, you need to have an open mind, and you need to make decisions based on facts, not on opinion. So once he researched and did the facts, he got involved and he's never looked back. And now he is number 19 in the world in direct sales. And through World Global Network, he earned a Lamborghini free and clear. Title in hand, no taxes. It's not going to get taken away in a year. It's his Lamborghini. So between the commission and the bonuses and the trips and the stocks that he's earned almost $4 million, and he got started with World Global Network in October of 2016. So in less than a year, that's what he's been able to accomplish. I already talked about Chad and Atita, number 8 in the world. They just began last September, earning $750,000 a month within 6 months. And again, Nat and Shanita earning $1.2 million. So again, I'm emphasizing all of this not to say this is what you're going to do. This does take hard work, but what's stellar is we have a very simple, easy to duplicate system. This is one of our other products I'm just going to go through super briefly. We will have the first in the world phone that emits almost no radio frequency, so radioactivity, so low level emissions. No other phone does that. You think about how often you have your phone next to your head, or little kids have their phones or their tablets, or babies next to their baby monitors with a developing brain. We have a chip right now called the BioZen, which is a little sticker chip you can put on phones and iPads and tablets and other things to dampen down the effects of electrosmog, or that electromagnetic frequency radiation. But we're going to have a phone come to market soon, not sure exactly of the time frame that will reduce or eliminate those harmful effects. So what's next? I've talked about where World Global Network is growing. You saw that we were at 5.3% market share because we'd sold 500,000 units, and then we had another 1,000,000 units available. So, we're on track right now to sell between 1,000,000, 1,200,000 units by the end of this year. Our company's goal is to hit $2 billion in revenue by 2020 with only taking 3% of the market share. So again, there is room for other players. We're not afraid of the competition. And we pay out 50% in commissions and bonuses. So let's just say we fall short, and we only made $1 billion in revenue. Half of that is going to get paid out to you in commissions and bonuses. That's nothing to sneeze at, right? But we're on track to hit that $2 billion mark and go beyond that, frankly. So we want to help as many people as possible earn residual income working part-time from their smartphones. You can do this business from anywhere. We're expanding internationally to Europe and Asia and Africa and Australia and around the world, and we want to work directly with you to launch your business. So if you're one of those people who signs up and then you don't do much, that's okay. But if you're one of those people who signs up and you have a clear vision and a clear goal, and you follow the system and you're coachable and you raise your hand and say you want to go fast, we are going to work with you to launch your business because we're very growth oriented. We have a simple system. We'll invite you to join our Facebook community. We do trainings with live and recorded videos, and we give you access to those to share with your team to build your team quickly. We have fun, we create memories, we create leaders, we give back. We are very community and civic minded, and we like to work with like-minded people who want to win. You know, Romasio won the Lamborghini, but we are the first network marketing company again in the world to have a private jet and luxury travel program. So you can use this for personal use as well as professional use once you hit the rank of President Millionaire. So what's in it for you? Our team with Seville is going to help 75 new people make $500 a week. So very quickly, how do you make $500 a week? You're going to join the customer referral program with either the premium pack or the family pack. And within a commission cycle, you help 2 people come on board with either one of those packs. Now, I want you to take a minute and think about the fact this is a ground floor opportunity. Everybody who comes in below you, their volume is going to flow up to you and to your top few leaders. So who do you care about the most? You want your mom and your dad to be taking the benefit of all the work you do. You have an adult son or an adult daughter that you want to participate. You have sisters or brothers or uncles or cousins that would be awesome, and you know they're struggling just a little bit and you really want to give them a helping hand and help them level the playing field. You want those people at the top. And frankly, you want people who you've had business partners with before, or someone you know who has a work ethic and a vision and a goal and who's going to link arms with you and run fast. It should not be difficult to find your first 2 people or your first 4 or 6 people and say, look, this is a ground floor opportunity. Get in here with me quickly before other people come on board after you. And then you're going to go and have that conversation with them. When you bring them on, invite them to bring their 2 most important people. When you've done that, you're now a team developer. So we're also going to help 36 new people make $2,500 a week. How would $2,500 a week change your life? You know, $10,000 extra a month. That's going to take care of your mortgage and your car payment and your kids' tuition and pay off some medical bills and set money aside for vacations or let you start saving for that new house you want to buy or travel. It's life-changing, right? It gets you out of debt and starts you planning for the future. So how do you make $2,500 a week? As an associate independent distributor with World Global Network, you're simply going to help 3 people on your left and right make $500 in a week by becoming team developers like we just talked about. We're also going to help 6 new people make $10,000 a week. How do you do that? You're going to help 10 people, so not you individually, but you've been growing your organization and growing your organization, so collectively somewhere throughout your sales team on your left or your right, you're going to help 10 people collectively make $2,500 in a commission cycle. That makes you a president. If you're getting a little overwhelmed and thinking these numbers are a little big or a little out of your league or the time frame is too condensed, Romasio Fulcher became President Millionaire in just 3 weeks. He generated over $1 million in sales revenue in a pay cycle. So it absolutely can be done. Was he experienced? Yes. Did he bring a team? No. So again, we're helping people at any level, whether it's $500 a month or it's $10,000 a week. If you raise your hand and you say you want to run fast, we're going to give you the system to do it, and it's duplicatable. Again, whether you're a seasoned network marketer who was frustrated because you weren't growing any longer, or you're a brand new person who's never done this before, we have a place for you. So what we need to know is, are you an action taker? Because nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity. Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, invited 5 people to his Harvard dorm room and 3 people didn't show up. Do you want to be known as one of those 3 people? We have a ground floor opportunity in front of us, and we're going to make $2 billion in the next 2 years. $1 billion of that is payable to you, the distributor, out into the field. Positioning is key. So right now you have an opportunity to finish watching this video and then go ahead and get started. You're going to contact whoever showed you and shared this video with you, and you're going to pull out your credit card and say, I'm ready to be part of the customer referral program and come on board with the premium pack, or if you choose with the family pack. If you instead say, I think I want to sleep on it, or I think I want to talk with my significant other even though they don't know anything about this, and maybe I won't explain it all the way, and I don't know that they'll take the time to watch this video, but I'm going to run it by them and get their uninformed opinion anyway. Or whatever your reasoning is, you decide to wait. Imagine if between now and when you finally get going, whether that's tomorrow morning or next week or next month, Romasio Fulcher got recruited and came on board and went president millionaire in 3 weeks, and all that volume does not flow to you because you're still waiting. That's what happens when you take time to wait, when you take time to make a decision. If you really have something specific that you're waiting on, that's fine. If you need a couple questions answered, that's fine. Call someone and talk to them and get questions answered now. But if this is simply a way of deferring making a decision and taking action, that's costly. So right now what we want to know is if you're all in, or if you have questions, or if this isn't for you, you simply don't have the money, or you don't have the bandwidth, or you're not feeling well, or whatever it is, and this isn't for you right now, but you're willing to think of a few people who this would be good for them to learn about it. So get back to the person who shared this video with you, tell them that you're all in, or tell them you've got some questions and get them on the phone with someone who can answer those questions, or go ahead and get some referrals going. And then I just have one last thought that I want to leave you with. If you're watching trends, you may know that Toys R Us recently declared bankruptcy, that Amway is down, that Herbalife is down. Because Amway and Herbalife are working in a very crowded space, Toys R Us wouldn't walk away from the brick and mortar model. We're paying attention to trends. We're using a super business model that's just an incredibly efficient one. We're solving the enormous problems of healthcare and using technology to do it. So it's an unemotional conversation and a short sales cycle. And if you can understand that we're using social selling, not just referral one person to a next, but you can leverage Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram and Pinterest and Snapchat and whatever else you want, Zoom meetings, Skype, picking up the phone, WhatsApp, talking to people all around the world in real time, or using already recorded videos that will allow you to take control not only of your health, but also your wealth, and build a financial legacy. So with that, I just refer you back to our income disclosure. Thank you very, very much for your time and attention. I know both of those are in short supply these days. I'm really grateful and appreciative that you've been here. I hope you found this presentation valuable. I will just let you know that we are in a big build phase right now. Again, I went through the numbers of how many people we want to help make $500, $2,500, $10,000 a week. We are looking for you. If you are a leader, if you're a hard worker, if you're coachable, if you are consider yourself an entrepreneur who recognizes trends, if you're a person who likes to diversify your portfolio and add new passive revenue streams to whatever else it is that you're doing, then we want you to come on board with us, and we hope you come on board ASAP. All right. Again, this is Jamie Wolf. Thank you very much for your time. Bye.